yan ang katotohanan. Napagsasabayan at may kalayaan, sa pagbabalita may katulungan, totong lakas kahit kailan, lakas ng bayan. Totong lakas kahit saan, nagbabalita sa mga mamamayan. Totong lakas kahit kailan, naglilingkod sa bayan. Totong lakas.
Ito ang DWIZ 89.3 Dagupan.
Sahara night, Sahara night.
Okay, magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. Araw po ngayon ng Biyernes, November 19, 2021. Welcome sa 8th episode ng School on the Air 2021 Good Aquaculture Practices with DWIZ Dagupan. Magandang hapon po lalong-lalo na sa lahat ng ating mga School on the Air participants sa buong Region 1. Module 7 na po tayo ngayon at tatalakayin po ngayon ang tungkol sa mga fish diseases at ng ating resource speaker ay si Ms. Mea F. Baldonado, ang OIC Fisheries Post-Harvest and Marketing Division ng BFAR 1. Ako pa niyo ang program host, si Susan Yadao. And take it away, Ms. Mea.
Good day, everyone. My name is Mea F. Baldonado from the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources. Today, I'm going to discuss about the topic on diseases, which is one of the requirements for the PNS on good aquaculture practices. Aquaculture is rapidly growing part of agriculture worldwide. The increase in the growth production is achieved despite facing many challenges in the aquaculture environment. Huge loss of production in aquaculture is occurring because of many reasons. Some of these factors include the culture environment, management practices, and also diseases. Among production limiting challenges, the infectious disease takes the lion's share by causing multi-billion pesos loss annually. A disease is the most serious constraint that causes damage to the livelihood of farmers, loss of job, reduced incomes, and food insecurity. To reduce the impact of fish disease, it is necessary to address health constraints based on scientifically proven and recommended ways, like following the PNS or the Philippine National Standards for Good Aquaculture Practices. There are different impacts of fish diseases to aquaculture production. Some of these are the following. First, it adds significantly to cost of aquaculture production through application of costly disease treatment and control measures. Second, application of antibiotics and other chemicals for treating diseases could leave residues in meat, which is now a global concern regarding food safety and quality assurance. Third, result in food shortages through serious loss of animal protein and or loss of animal species for stocking. Fourth, it can cause high morbidity and mortality in susceptible animal populations, and they can constitute a constraint or constant threat to the livelihood of farmers. For the compliance to the standards of good aquaculture practices, the following must be observed and implemented. Number 1. To control the spread of diseases, the farm should register or certified by the competent authority, which is the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources. To comply with the standards, the following requirements must be complied. Firstly, The farm owner or fish producer should submit a letter of intent or LOI to register his farm with BFAR. An inspection of the farm will follow to include collection of samples or fish samples collection that will be subjected for laboratory analysis for the presence of aquaculture drugs. Inspection of the farm will also be included in compliance to good aquaculture practices. Once passed and registration process is finished, a certificate of registration or COR will be issued to the farm. The COR is valid for 2 years and it is non-transferable. Secondly, all reports on disease occurrence and monitoring should be available, intact, and completely filed. Number 2. Processing establishment for slaughtering aquaculture animals for disease control purposes should be authorized by BFAR. The farm should designate and provide an area adequate enough to carry out the activities, particularly for slaughtering cultured stocks infected with diseases. This is to prevent the spread of disease that can affect the healthy ones. The area should also be referred to the competent authority, BFAR, for the site validation and inspection. Further, the process for slaughtering the affected stocks should also be verified and authorized by BFAR. To comply with the standard, a written disease control protocol should be prepared, which is aligned with BFAR regulations. Third, traceability records for the movement of animals should be completed and maintained. All movement and transport of fish stocks should be documented. The producer should secure an auxiliary invoice from the local government unit where the source of the fish came from. Then, a local transport permit or LTP should also be secured from BFAR for domestic movement. To avail of LTP, the auxiliary must be presented to BFAR personnel. LTPs can be secured from the nearest provincial fishery office or BFAR quarantine officers. The LTP is valid for 3 months, but for per shipment basis only. Permit fee is based on the volume of fish to be transported. This can be referred to the Fisheries Administrative Order No. 233 or known as the Aquatic Wildlife Conservation Act. 4. A suitable risk-based animal health surveillance should also be in place. To comply with the standard, a veterinary health plan should be available at the farm. The farm or the producer can seek the assistance of BFAR or a licensed veterinarian. 5th, aquaculture animals intended for farming and restocking should be clinically healthy. To comply with the standard, fish post larvae or fry or fingerlings for culture purposes should be free from diseases or any viruses. Particularly for shrimp and tilapia post larvae and fry or fingerlings, said species should be subjected for laboratory analysis for disease detection. If found negative or no detection for any diseases or viruses, a health certificate must be secured from BFAR. Please take note that the fry and fingerlings to be stocked in the farm should be sourced from accredited hatcheries, particularly for shrimp and tilapia, while those wild-caught are to be quarantined first and tested in the laboratory, and disinfected prior to stocking. The list of accredited shrimp and tilapia hatcheries can be found in the link of BFAR. 6. Aquaculture animals and products placed in the market for further processing before human consumption should be disease-free. To comply with the standard, the following requirements must be complied. A notification system and control of disease within the country to OIE. Control of diseases of animal origin should be in place. And records keeping for zoonotic disease occurrences. Number 7. Measures for the notification and control of diseases of aquatic animal origin should be in place. To comply with the standards, fish farmers and fish producers should be able to identify abnormalities in fish behavior and physical appearance. To attain this, fish farmers or fish producers should be provided with appropriate information, knowledge, and awareness on the different disease and disease control through capability building or training. Likewise, in case of any observed abnormalities, the incident should be immediately be reported to BFAR or through the nearest provincial fishery office. Number 8. Surveillance programs should be in place for diseases of animal origin. To comply with the requirements, strict implementation of farm biosecurity measures to prevent the spread of diseases that are of animal origin should be in place and observed by fish farmers or producers. The farm should also have a plan for the safe removal of the sick and dead fishes and eggs. The plan should be documented and will be served as a guide or reference for the farms during the occurrence of any diseases. An example of this is an Aeromonas infection in freshwater fish. 9. Adequate records should be kept on the occurrences of diseases that may affect food safety. To comply with the standards, records keeping of previously reported cases and recent occurrences of diseases should be maintained for future reference and control measures and preventive action. It should be properly filed and kept in a secured area in the farm.
So hard night, so hard night.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss May Baldonado. And to all our participants, are you ready? Ready na ba kayo? Ready na? Okay, good luck. At narito naman na tayo sa portion ng pagbibigay po natin ng short quiz. Meron po tayong tatlong short quiz, multiple choice. Ulitin natin ng dalawang beses. Hindi, dalawang beses po natin siyang babasahin. Okay, question number 1. What is the document that should be secured from BFAR to ensure that the fry or fingerlings to be stocked for culture production is free of the disease or viruses? Letter A, health certificate. Number 2 or B, animal certificate. And letter C, local transport permit. I repeat, what is the document that should be secured from BFAR to ensure that the fry or fingerlings to be stocked for culture production is free of any diseases or viruses? A, health certificate. B, animal certificate. At C, local transport permit. Okay, question number 2. What is the document issued to the farm that is registered, monitored, and inspected by BFAR? A, inspection certificate. B, certificate of registration or COR. And letter C, traceability record. What is the document issued to the farm that is registered, monitored, and inspected by BFAR? A, inspection certificate. B, certificate of registration or COR. And letter C, traceability record. And number 3 question, what program or measures should be implemented to prevent the spread of diseases? A, biosecurity measures. B, surveillance program. And C, none of the above. What program or measures should be implemented to prevent the spread of diseases? A, biosecurity measures. B, surveillance measures. And C, none of the above. Okay, good luck po sa lahat ng ating mga participants dito po sa ating School on the Air 2021 Good Aquaculture Practices with DWIZ Dagupan. So abangan po ninyo ang susunod na episode. Sa Miyerkules po tayo ulit. Ang ating pong resource speaker for today is Miss Maya Baldonado, and kantabay po natin dito sa studio ang ating co-pilot si Kad Yundis po. At ako naman po si Susan Yadao, ang inyo pong program host. Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat.
musika na, may balita pa. 89.3 DWIZ.